Hey everybody, welcome to our Courageous Generosity kind of journey group this summer. And I'll be doing this once a week, just making a short video, just really kind of looking at maybe a story or something from this I Like Giving book that we're going through, and maybe bringing up a little bit of scripture as we kind of talk about what does it mean to be courageously generous in our lives. And we just spent 2 weeks on Sundays just kind of talking about this idea of financial generosity and what does that look like to be people who intentionally give. We intentionally give to our church. We intentionally give to the people around us. And this week, I hope you got the book, I Like Giving. If you haven't grabbed the book, grab it in the atrium this week. It's $10. It's a really cool book. There's some great stories in it about people's journey, opportunities that people have that they've taken advantage of in giving. And it always is motivating, and it gives us ideas. As I was reading it, I was reminded of when I was in Indiana a couple weeks ago. We were packing up my mother-in-law's moving truck and getting it out here. And I had to go one night. I was on my way back to the hotel, and it was late. And I went over, and it was like right about midnight, and there's a big store there called Meijer, which is kind of like a Walmart. And I thought, I'm gonna just run in real quick and grab some meat and cheese because I'm eating keto right now. And so I thought, oh, this place is open 24 hours. So it's almost midnight. I walk up to the door, and it's like 11:52, and it says it closes at noon. She's kind of locking the door up, the clerk, and she said, hey, come on, you got 6 minutes. So I make a break for it, grab my meat and cheese, run over to the cash register, and there's this woman in front of me, and she's got her groceries there, and she's got some cash out, and she's trying to figure things out, and something's wrong. I can tell something's wrong, and she's starting to get embarrassed. Her card isn't working, and I think it might have been a card that they issue in Indiana for grocery assistance. I'm not sure, but you can tell she's just kind of frantic, and she's on the phone with somebody, and she's like, I don't know what to do. And I just kind of looked at the woman, and I had my card, and I don't know if I did it out of generosity or out of it was late and I just wanted to get out of there, but I just kind of quickly shoved my credit card into the machine and said, hey, let me take care of those for you. And just not really thinking anything about it, just thinking she needed a little help. We all need help. And I wanted to get out of there. I was hungry. And it just hit me in that moment. Her face, she was just so appreciative. And she wanted to give me what little cash she had for the groceries. And I said, no, it's fine. I said, it's absolutely fine. It happens to all of us. Don't sweat it. She's still on the phone with whoever. And she's like, there's this guy who just paid for the groceries. And she's talking. And then she comes and she says, can I give you a hug? And she gives me a hug. And it was just this kind of fun moment of generosity, and the book is filled with stories like that I think are motivating for us. I don't know if you saw in the program this past week, if you were here in person and you had a paper copy, or if you looked at it online, our quote that was inside of the program about generosity is actually quoted in I Like Giving, the book. And he tells this story of his grandfather, who really was kind of his first experience with a really generous person. And he says that he got a note from his grandfather after he had passed away. He found this note that his grandfather had written to him when he was 14. And it said, Brad, Winston Churchill said, you make a living by what you earn and a life by what you give. You make a living by what you earn and a life by what you give. And it's such a great quote, right? The way in which we give of ourselves, our words, the way in which we give of our resources, that's going to determine the type of life we have. That's going to determine whether we're the kind of soul, the type of life that when we walk into a room, we bring with us life and energy and joy, or if when we walk into a room, we suck all the life and energy and joy out of it. And he says on page 28, Brad Forbes, by the author, he says, living generously is about giving your life to other people so that everything you do, whether it is your work, your charitable giving, or your contribution to your neighborhood, becomes both a gift to others and a reward for yourself. I love that. Like what you do becomes a gift to others, but also a reward to you, because generosity, giving, it changes who we are. It's super rewarding. And I love the book really does talk about it can become addicting to look for these opportunities. One of the stories early on in the book, the woman who talks about helping a man who had a disability at Starbucks, who worked at Starbucks, help him get glasses. She tells him this story. She said, every year I choose one word to focus on for the upcoming year, and this year my word was give. I don't know if we want to choose a word to focus on for a year, but what if our word to focus on for the next 2 months for this summer was give? So that's a great little challenge for us to look for those opportunities that we can give. And it just brings me back to this really amazing verse in 2 Corinthians chapter 9. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 15, Paul says, "Thanks to God for his indescribable gift." I really do think that Paul is talking about the Corinthians there, how they are going to be a gift to the church in Jerusalem. Certainly Jesus is an indescribable gift for us. But I think as I ponder and think about my own life and what I want to get out of the next couple of months, as I think about giving and my own generosity, is I want to always be reminded that I want my life to be that indescribable gift. Not only do I want to have the joy of giving, not only do I want to know that I got to participate in making someone's life better, that I got to participate in creating a healthy church that's doing amazing things here and around the world. I just want to have, honestly, this selfish feeling of just feeling good that I'm not just about taking, but I'm also about giving. And I love that phrase, like I can be, you can be, we can be an indescribable gift from God. So I hope that encourages you this week as you're reading, as you're thinking, as you're processing about courageous generosity. Live open-handed and live open-hearted. I'll see you on Sunday.